All right, let's dive into a situation that every project manager absolutely dreads. Your project hits a major snag, it's suddenly off track, and you've got to face your stakeholders. This is a moment that truly tests your ethics, your leadership, and honestly, your professional backbone. So let's break down exactly what you should do. Okay, I want you to really put yourself in this situation. This is your project on the line. Your reputation, the project's entire future, and the trust of your stakeholders, it's all hanging in the balance. The clock is ticking. You've got a really tough choice to make. So, what's it going to be?
First things first, we've got to get crystal clear on the facts. You can't make the right call if you don't understand every single moving part of the challenge in front of you.
So here's the real tension, right? On one hand, you've got a serious problem. A key developer just walked out the door, and now you're officially behind schedule. But on the other hand, you've got a plan. A new person is starting, and you are confident you can fix this. The real dilemma comes from that fear, that gut-wrenching fear of what happens if you report the bad news before you get a chance to be the hero and fix it.
Now let's look at the options you have. And I want you to think of these not just as multiple choice answers, but as these common temptations that we all face when we're under a ton of pressure.
Let's start with option B, the classic, let's just kick this can down the road approach. So tempting, right? Just cancel the meeting, buy yourself some time, and fix it all before anyone's the wiser. But here's the huge flaw. You're actively withholding critical information. And what if you can't recover in 3 weeks? Now you haven't just failed to fix the problem, you've also hidden it. That's a massive gamble with your reputation.
Then there's option C, which is basically a don't ask, don't tell policy. You just don't mention the schedule slip. But here's the thing. Professional honesty isn't just about not telling lies. It's about being proactively truthful. Intentionally leaving out a critical piece of the puzzle is, well, it's still a form of deception. Your stakeholders can't make good decisions if you're hiding the info they need most.
And option D. This one's subtle. This is the spin option. You're not technically lying, right? I mean, you are confident. But confidence without context is super misleading. Telling your stakeholders, don't worry, we'll finish on time, while hiding the fact that you're currently in a ditch, that paints a picture that's just not accurate. It's a half-truth, and that's dangerous.
So if B, C, and D are all flawed, what guides us to the right answer? Well, it all comes down to one simple core principle that has to be your North Star in every single one of these situations.
And here it is. This is the whole ballgame right here, straight from the PMI Code of Ethics. This isn't just a nice idea. It is a foundational rule. We provide accurate information in a timely manner. That single sentence just cuts right through all the complexity and fear of our dilemma.
And this is the part we really need to get. Professional honesty is an active duty. It's not passive. It's not just about not telling lies. It's about making sure your stakeholders have the full, unvarnished truth so that they can do their jobs. They might need to change their own plans, maybe they can even help you. And that responsibility is never, ever more important than when the news is bad.
Okay, so with that in mind, let's look at the correct path forward. Because choosing to be transparent isn't a sign of failure. In fact, it's a powerful demonstration of leadership and respect for everyone involved. So yeah, the correct answer is A. It's the only choice that actually lines up with the PMI Code of Ethics. You have to report the current factual status of the project. It really is that simple. But, and this is a big but, how you report it makes all the difference.
And this right here, this is the playbook for being a leader, not just a messenger of bad news. You start with the honest truth. The project is behind schedule. Simple, direct. Then you give the context, and most importantly, you present the solution, your recovery plan. And finally, you communicate your confidence in that plan. See, you're not just dropping a problem in their lap, you're showing them you're in control of the solution.
Okay, as we wrap this up, let's boil this all down to the single most important takeaway. Because really, this isn't about schedules or status reports. It's about something so much more valuable.
So what do you need to walk away with? First, honesty is non-negotiable. It's a requirement, period. Second, your stakeholders are counting on you for timely, accurate info. Third, facing bad news head-on with transparency is how you build unbreakable, long-term trust. And finally, a true professional doesn't just show up with problems. They show up with credible plans.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What's the bigger risk, really? Reporting a temporary delay that you can probably fix, or losing the trust of your stakeholders, maybe forever? A schedule delay is a problem, but a loss of trust, that's a catastrophe. Your integrity is your most valuable asset. Protect it.